Good morning, everyone. Janie here. Welcome back to my garden. So I think it was on Friday you saw me start to tackle this shade garden bed and had trouble. The soil in this garden bed is so terrible. It is so hard packed. I knew it when I was working earlier this month on right here, just adding these plants. I was adding these vinca right here. I had to stop because it was too hard to get through the hard packed soil. It is like concrete. It is so terrible right here. And then so it was actually yesterday when I filmed it. I was getting all of these in, and so I got these Mystic Spires blue salvia in, and it took me forever. I was using my auger. I felt like I was going to burn out the motor on my drill. So I got out my trenching shovel, this guy right here, and I was using that. That helped, but then I just started getting so tired and my arms started getting so tired, and I was spraying it with water, trying to get the good drainage, and the water was just sitting there. It was just sitting in the little whatever hole I had dug, and it wasn't even soaking in at all. So the drainage in this area is absolutely terrible. So I decided to just call it a day. I spent the evening just kind of thinking about it and kind of troubleshooting in my mind what I was going to do. And then I started researching. I'm doing a plant profile video on this plant right here, Kryptomeria Little Diamond. I love this plant. I'm totally obsessed with this plant. Stay tuned for a plant profile video later this week where I talk all about this plant. But one of the things that I was looking and researching about it is that it needs good drainage. It cannot handle wet feet, and it cannot handle poor drainage. And so as soon as I was reading that, I thought, oh shoot, what am I gonna do? I really want to put two of these in this garden bed back here, but this garden bed has the absolute worst drainage. So I was just thinking, what can I do? What can I do? And I've decided I need to amend the soil. And thinking about it, when I first moved into this house and first started working in this garden, that's actually what I had to do. I think I've just forgotten about it. But whenever I started tackling a piece of my garden where it obviously hadn't been touched for years and years and years, the soil was so hard, so compacted, I had to amend it. So I would spend a whole bunch of time digging it out, and then I would mix it with pine bark mulch, and that would loosen up the soil and get it so that I could plant the plant in there, and then the plant had enough drainage. And after I had done that in these spots in my garden, the soil improved and the soil got better. And I've even had neighbors stop by, as they're walking, and ask me gardening questions and say, how did you get through the hard soil that we have? Because it gets so hot and so dry here that when the soil dries out, it's just like concrete. And that's what I always would tell them, is amend it with pine bark mulch. So I think that that's what I have to do here, is I have to amend this whole area with pine bark mulch. Every time I plant something, I have to dig a bigger hole, mix the soil with pine bark mulch, and that should help. It's going to take more work. It's going to be more intense, but I think that I'm going to appreciate doing it in the end, just like I appreciated, I keep pointing here, I did it in my front yard mostly, and I'm super happy that I did that, because now it's so much easier to dig in the soil in my front yard. I have not touched this garden bed back here, so it's like it was a couple years ago, and it's just basically starting from scratch. So that is my plan. My plan is to amend all this soil. Unfortunately, I don't have anything. I don't have any compost. I don't have any pine bark mulch. I have nothing. So you all know what that means. We're going to the plant store. So that's my plan for today. Hopefully I will get home in enough time, because the weather is absolutely gorgeous. It has finally cooled down, and it's that crisp fall feeling today. It is so incredibly wonderful. I want to work outside, but I need to go get supplies. So that is my plan today. I'm going to get in my car and we're going to go to the plant store. All right, I'm here and it feels like fall. I cannot wait to see what fall plants they have in store. I have to keep focused on what I am here for. I'm here for compost and pine bark mulch, but I'm gonna go look around for the other stuff. So let's go. Okay, so here's my garden center, like bagged area. I really like them because they have it all inside. They have all empty bags and you can just tell them what you want and they'll bring it out to your car. But I just wanted to come over here and show you all. So this is the compost that I like. It's EB Stone organic compost. I've used other varieties like cheaper varieties and I haven't liked it as much. I really like the EB Stone. EB Stone is a local brand to us. So you can see it's $7.75 for 1 cubic foot. And I think it's worth it. I think it's really good. So I'm going to get some of that. And then over here, it's the same company, actually. It's Green All. They're a part of EB Stone. This is called Fur Mulch Soil Conditioner. And if you look over here, sorry about the shadow, it says all-purpose organic soil conditioner, improves soil aeration and water penetration. So that is absolutely what I need. So I will just mix all of this in with the soil. You dig a big hole and mix the whole thing in, and that should help with my drainage issue and my compacted soil. So I'm going to get a couple bags of this. Luckily, I don't have to carry it. I don't have to put it on my cart. They will carry it out to my car for me. So check, the 2 things I needed. Let's go look at the plants. Okay, I am obviously getting distracted, but I don't care. This is how I get my inspiration. I just come to garden centers and I look around and I think about what I need or what I'm gonna be working on in the future. One of the things that I'm definitely gonna be working on, I have that giant vertigo pennisetum in my front yard, off to the left kind of. I'll show you guys a picture right here. I am going to be taking that thing out. So I'm going to decorate it as a monster for Halloween. And then as soon as Halloween's over in, on like November 1st, Jason and I are gonna work on, I don't even know how we're gonna do it, but we are gonna take that plant out. And what I wanna put in place of that spot is I want to put a tree, like a specimen tree, not a giant tree, not like a 40-foot tree or anything like that, but maybe like a 10 to 20-foot tree. But I definitely want one that's in tree form so that I can plant underneath it, so that I'll still have space to plant underneath it. My goal is to get a little bit of shade, like a little break, and then also distract from that sign I have right there, the road narrows sign. I think having a tree right there would be really, really good. The problem is I am not good at trees. I do not know much about trees. The only tree that I know and love is a Chinese pistache. I'll show you a picture right here of what it looks like in the fall. It's absolutely gorgeous, but it gets like 45 feet tall and like 45 feet wide. They have them here. I was just looking at them and I was thinking like, gosh, do I just want to plant this tree? Because I love it so, so much, but I think it would just kind of take over my yard and, it would become a yard of trees, which, I like that, but I don't want too many trees. I still want some sun as well. So I'm looking at the smaller versions right here, but I wanted to go through and I wanted to show you all some options. And then maybe you guys can give me your input or give me your opinion. It's just something that we can think about because I'm definitely going to put a tree there. I just don't know which one yet. So let me show you the ones that I've kind of narrowed it down to, and based on what they have here. First off, I wanted to show you all, this is the Chinese pistache. It's so beautiful. I love the leaf structure. And then these are the leaves that turn that yellow bright orange color in the fall. It is so gorgeous. But you can see here, 25 to 40 feet tall and 25 to 35 feet wide. So it's just a little bit too big for my yard, but I just think it's absolutely beautiful. So let me show you. I'm gonna go back down there because that's the smaller trees. Let me show you what they have. Okay, so first off is the red Tip Photonia. I think I'm saying that right. We have these all over town, all over Sacramento, all over Davis. They come in a shrub form, and then people can also train them into screens, and these are standard. So these are pruned to be trees. They get 10 to 15 feet tall, 10 to 15 feet wide, and then in the springtime, they're like this bright red color. The tips of them are bright red, thus red Tip Photonia. So this is an option. I'm not totally leaning towards this because in the spring, I usually don't want a red color. I want a red color in the fall, but it's really pretty. I like the glossy green leaves. So that's an option, but probably lower down on my list. All right, over here, I am not familiar with this plant, but I like it because it has that fine look that the Chinese pistache has. This is called a purple hopseed standard. So another one that's an evergreen shrub that's trained to be in a tree form. It is 10 to 15 feet tall and 8 to 12 feet wide. So perfect size, and I think it's really pretty. So I don't know too much about this one, but this is kind of I'm liking this one. I'm going to look into it. I'm going to see what it looks like at different seasons. If you all know anything about the purple hopseed, let me know. But I think it's really, really pretty, especially in tree form. I think it's gorgeous. All right, then we have magnolias. It's a little windy today. I hope you guys can hear me okay. So we have magnolias. My mom actually has a little gem magnolia in her yard, and it's absolutely gorgeous. I can see some of them are flowering right here. Oh, isn't that pretty? So this might be a front runner as well. I love magnolias. I think that they're so pretty. So let's see. The little gem gets 20 to 25 feet tall, 10 to 15 feet wide, moderate growth. You know, this might be a good option. I don't know. I'll have to talk to Jason about it. I'm gonna have to prune it because, like I said, I really want a tree form, and I know magnolias will kind of branch off like this one, or this one's starting to branch off a little bit. So I'm gonna have to keep it nice and pruned. But I don't think that should be a problem. And these grow really well. I see them all over. They're all over our green belt, which in Davis, we have like walking paths that are called green belts. They're absolutely beautiful. And the city has landscaped them, and they've chosen magnolias. So obviously, you know, if the city's chosen a plant, you know it's going to be good and not have too much work. So that is a good option. Then we have this Indian hawthorn right here. I think it's Indian hawthorn, but it doesn't have the height or spread on here. I'm not sure why it doesn't. Let's see if it says on the tag. No. 6 feet by 1 foot? No. I don't know. Oh, okay. 10 to 15 feet. No, excuse me. 15 to 20 feet tall, 8 to 10 feet wide. Similar if grown as a shrub. Yeah, I just don't know much about this Indian hawthorn, but I'll look into it. I've heard about it. It's familiar to me. Then we have this dwarf Carolina cherry laurel standard, 8 to 10 feet tall, 6 to 8 feet wide. I think that that's an option. Yeah, I just don't know. I just don't have any opinions about this other than the Chinese pistache, which I would absolutely love, but obviously that's not going to work. Okay, here's an English laurel. 15 to 30 feet tall, 15 to 30 feet wide. I think that that's too big. I think we're getting too big over here. Yeah, okay. Yeah, look, now we're getting to 50 to 65 feet tall. Nope, that's too big. So these are really the options that I have. Let's see. Carolina cherry, magnolia, of course, little gem magnolia. I do have an option for an olive, a fruitless olive. My mom has that. I don't think I want the blue color though, because I already have that Wichita blue juniper tree there, and so I don't think I want too blue. I think I want more of like a green. This purple hopseed, I am leaning towards this one. I gotta go research it more. If you all know anything about this one, let me know. So purple hopseed, definite option. And then this red Tip Photonia, which I don't think so. I don't think I'm gonna go with this just because I don't like the red. Anyway, I would just love to know your opinion. If you all have had any experience growing any of these trees, if you know you've had bad experiences growing these trees, like they haven't worked or they're really messy or anything like that. The Chinese pistache is very messy. So what the Chinese pistache does, I know because I've asked people that have had it because I just love it, is it will turn like orange, red in the fall, and it'll be beautiful, and then all of a sudden one day it'll just drop everything all at one time, which I think is fantastic because then you only have to clean it up once. If they had a dwarf version of the Chinese pistache, I would totally go for that, but I don't think they do. Actually, I know they don't. I've already looked it up. So let me know if you all have any experience with any of these trees. If you have anything to say, I would really, really appreciate it. Oh my goodness, look at how gorgeous this morning glory is. This is like a true blue. It is beautiful. I know these are totally invasive and would absolutely take over, but I could admire their beauty. Look at how pretty. Oh, I love that. If y'all were wondering, this is the Blue Dawn variety. It is beautiful. Gorgeous. All right, I am all done. I did good, you guys. I didn't buy any random plants. I swear, if I bought a plant every single time I came to the garden center, I would be plant poor. I would have way too many plants and way not enough money. So I got all the supplies that I needed. I got, let's see, I got 3 bags of that fir mulch, of that soil conditioner, and then I got 4 bags of the compost, and I think that that will be perfect for my fall planting. Of course, I got another bag of Sure Start because I go through this stuff like crazy. And then I also picked up some of this soft stretch tie, these plant ties. I just really like this kind. This is my favorite kind. I feel like it's the nicest, kindest to my plants, and I want to tie up all that plumbago in my oak tree garden bed now that I've painted the fence. So I got a lot of stuff to do. I don't think I'm gonna have time to get to it today. I wasted way too much time at the plant center. That's okay. That's totally normal. I just love it here. Everyone here is so nice. They're so sweet. I needed help getting the soil out into the car, and this guy was off the clock. He had already clocked out, and he helped me bring my soil to my car. So go Green Acres. You guys are hiring people, really good people, and I appreciate it. So anyway, I hope you all enjoyed this. Let me know if you guys have any opinions about those trees that we looked at. You know, I'm gonna go and I'm gonna research it more at home, of course, but I do wanna get it in November because our first frost is December 4th. I think it'll be the perfect time to plant it if I plant it in early November. So I really have to start thinking about it. So let me know if you guys have any suggestions, opinions, comments, anything like that. So I hope you all enjoyed this, and I hope you all have a chance to get into your garden today.